So on the Feast of the Annunciation, sometimes in parish life, I get questions a lot of times about what are we really celebrating? And I know that this can be confusing. Sometimes it's confused with the Immaculate Conception. But one way to remind ourselves of what this is that it's 9 months prior to Christmas. So this is March 25th, 9 months prior. This is when Mary says yes to God. And so what we're celebrating today is Mary's yes. And so it's really a celebration of the conception of Jesus, who will be born 9 months from today. Another thing that's fascinating to me about the Annunciation is that this is a feast that's celebrating Mary's yes to God, and yet she's an unwed mother. We know that Joseph is going to accompany her and be with her throughout this whole process, and we can remind ourselves that human lives, human relationships are messy. And that even though they were the Holy Family, it doesn't mean that everything was perfect. We could imagine the ridicule that they might have faced, for having an unwed mother. Joseph himself, went with Mary and accompanied her throughout this whole process. And even today, now 20 centuries later, this is something that we celebrate as a feast, and we're all proud of it. But 20 centuries ago, I'm not sure that the community around Mary, would have been so celebratory. It could have been actually not a pleasant thing for Mary and her community to be the victim of some gossip and behind the back talking about what she had been doing. So when we remember the Feast of the Annunciation, it's important to recognize that we're celebrating, of course, the conception of Jesus, but we're reminded that human relationships are messy and God's activity penetrates into the messiness of human lives.